What if I were to tell you that one of the strongest and most consistent heroes in For Honor is also the one that doesn't get talked about as much, just overshadowed time and time again by better heroes in today's meta? That hero is Warlord. Warlord isn't a bad hero. He isn't a broken hero. And he isn't even too controversial as some other heroes in For Honor are, because the game in For Honor has changed a lot, and Warlord, well, he hasn't been changed and is too outdated and mainly faded into the background over time. So in today's video, I will break down why Warlord is the most forgotten hero in For Honor. To start, let's be honest, Warlord of course is now an old relic of the past. He used to be super good back when For Honor was new. Even after the game was new, he was still pretty good. But today in the new For Honor meta, that's not the case. His moveset is pretty much basic with lights, heavies, a headbutt, side dodge lights, zone, and his all guard. Pretty much his kit is super basic that anyone can see a move coming from a mile away. Even the headbutt, which it gets predicted a lot in high MMR lobbies. Warlord could hold his own back then, but now you have heroes that have a very complicated mix-up. Infinite chains, dodges, dodge cancels, unblockable moves, and undodgeable heavies, etc. Warlord doesn't have undodgeable heavies, except for the all guard heavy and zone. Those are the only two undodgeable attacks that he has. Warlord also has hyper armor in his kit, which does make up for him a little bit, but it's still not enough. In today's meta of For Honor, his kit is just too simple and too easy to predict and read, and it mostly gets ignored when most people who enjoy Warlord want something new but never get it. Now here is another reason Warlord doesn't produce many big moments. Just think about it. Warlord is a heavy that has a simple moveset that is just great for stalling and controlling points if you're playing Dominion, and it is okay sometimes in duels. But other than that, he doesn't produce many viral moments. The only flashy moments that I would consider viral for him specifically would be landing his front forward dodge heavy and legend people. He's not like other heroes that can do a 1v4 or clutch up when breaking, or do deflex back to back to back. He isn't really built to be very fast, and he has a little bit of a popularity on social media, just not too much though. But there are more heroes that are more popular than him in today's meta. He's only good for just holding down objectives and stalling points sometimes. That's pretty much good too. Like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. He's not like Shaman, Peacekeeper, Kyoshin, Black Prior, Jane Jun, the list can go on and on forever. But he's not like those heroes that have more in their kit and can dish out damage more effectively than him. Warlord can dish out tons of damage, yes, but other characters, they can pretty much do it better. There are more characters that are kind of more popular right now than him. Jiren is another one, for example. Jiren can produce so much damage, and you can pretty much just kill someone with the combo and everything, and just continue doing it over and over again. Warlord, you try to do that, you're going to end up getting light parried, or heavy parried, or just read like a book if you throw out that headbutt. Of course, don't get me wrong, Warlord and how he is in Dominion is okay. However, he is not too exciting to watch from time to time by some people who just don't enjoy him or really don't care to watch him because some people find him boring. He can do well, but he can't produce viral moments too much because some people, they just like better characters like assassins, Orochi, or a Shinobi, someone who's like fast and everything. But Warlord, he does have his moments from time to time. Now here is another reason. Warlord is never useless, and he isn't even overpowered. He's just in the middle, a hero that can hold his own sometimes, but also lacks by just not getting anything else new. And with not having that attention, it just makes him feel like he is being forgotten by the devs, a hero that just doesn't get talked about as much as other heroes. Now he does get talked about from time to time again to get a rework or a change. Many heroes get talked about as being too spammy and annoying, like Orochi, or heroes that get hated because of their gameplay, like Virtuosa. Now there are a few occasions where Warlord will get some people that really don't like him and say that he is just boring, I hate this hero, man, can Ubisoft please remove the Warlord? But it's not much, honestly. Some people don't see Warlord as overpowered, or just too powerful. But he's an okay hero that needs something else new. Warlord, in my opinion, is just solid, and he's just a solid hero. Not too overpowered, nor useless. Just a very solid and alright hero. I wouldn't call him overpowered at all. I would just say he's just really solid. Now with Warlord, let's compare him to other heavies in For Honor. I'll give only a few examples of heavies, mainly 3. If we were to compare the Warlord to Black Prior, Warlord has good hyper armor and can control zones and can keep them stalled on the zone in Dominion. Black Prior can pretty much do all of that, but better, with his bulwark flip, and he can still recover his health from his feats, and he can provide shields to his allies. Another example is Jing Jun. He can sustain himself way better than Warlord. He can get his stamina back very fast. He also has feats that actually help in a 4v4 situation. And then there is Conqueror, who also does what Warlord does, but he kind of does it a little bit-ish better and has a better defense and can sustain himself in 4v4s a little bit. Not much. I mean, Conqueror, he also has problems of his own. I find Conquerors to actually do really well defensively in Dominion. And whenever I face a Conqueror, sometimes they will just sit there and be in their all guard most of the time. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. It just really depends if you're facing a good Conqueror. But with those examples, really, people, they usually skip Warlord because you have other heavies that are just better and outclass him. Like Jiren, for example. Jiren, who is way better overall, has better feet. His kit contains hyper armor, unblockables, and undodgeable heavies and lights. So of course people will pick him and the other heavies I named over Warlord, which in my opinion can make him feel forgetful sometimes. That he is right there, but many people will just choose a better hero, because why would I want to play a hero that has hyper armor, but his heavies and his entire kit is very predictable, where you have Jiren, who has the same thing as Warlord, but he also has unblockables and undodgeables that are way better than what he has. I'd rather just pick Jiren over Warlord, and that's probably happened a lot with him. I feel like he definitely needs a change, because this is an example of him sometimes being forgotten. Now, this is another big reason, so listen up. Warlord's kit never changed at all. Well, more like it never evolved as time went on. As I said earlier, Warlord has a kit that is very simple and just outdated. It never evolved or gotten better over time. The last thing that was changed for Warlord was the stamina drain being in all guard stance. Mainly, the stamina drain will drain per second. Warlord never got a major rework that he desperately needs, because his kit is just being the same won't work forever. There will come a day where he will be very, very useless, and so many people will not play him. Unlike other heroes, Warlord is the only hero that hasn't had any sort of change in a long time, or a rework. But there are other heroes too, like Valkyrie, for example. Okay, that also needs a rework, but we won't go into that right now. Players tend to lean more naturally to new things that a hero brings. Playing the same hero that has the same moves over and over again can get very boring very fast. Now look here, out of all the things that I've talked about here about Warlord and everything, he's still not a bad hero at all. In fact, he has some strong attributes that I mentioned earlier in the video that still make him doable to play with. One, he is very defensive and can hold down points when he needs to, and can stall as best as he can. Two, he has solid pressure and some good mix-ups that can help him be very good in duels and in fours. And three, he is still reliable in team fights, sometimes to help confirm a heavy hit if needed. And sometimes he can be hard to punish from time to time. Since he has his all guard, he can still go into his all guard and dish out damage when he needs to. People underestimate Warlord. He can still be a very good hero in 4s and 1s. He isn't too broken, nor is he useless. Sure, other heroes are better than him, but he can still hold his own from time to time. He has his moments. Warlord is just in the middle ground. He's good, but not too good. Like I said earlier, he's just overall solid, and not too bad. Not too good, just overall solid like I mentioned earlier. Just a really solid hero. And for the end of this video, I want to give my final thoughts with Warlord. For my final thoughts, Warlord, he really needs something new in his kit, because if he doesn't get anything new soon in this meta of For Honor, he will become very useless in the future, and I don't want to see that for him at all. Let me tell you guys, I am a Warlord main. I talk about it sometimes on my channel. I enjoy Warlord a lot in For Honor, and in my opinion, he really needs a rework in this current meta. But he still is very good defensively in 4s, he's alright in 1v1s and 4s. His kit is very simple, which can make him very forgettable sometimes, but also helpful for newer players who want to play the game. So there are some pros and cons to Warlord when it comes to his kit, as it can attract new players and his playstyle is just very easy. So of course it'll help those new players out. However, in high rep MMR lobbies and whatnot, if you're not on your P's and Q's with Warlord, you're going to suffer a lot. That's just coming from me, honestly, since I do face a lot of really good players whenever I'm like playing For Honor on my own. Now for me, I don't find Warlord boring. Now, there are some days where I will occasionally will find him a boring, but not too much, honestly. I hope that he does get a rework so he doesn't become obsolete and forgettable in the game. Like I said, he's not like so forgettable to where people just don't talk about him now. People talk about him, but they want him to have a rework or a change. I honestly want him to have a rework and change too. And I hope the devs do give him a rework, a well-deserved rework. Same goes with Valkyrie, since I know there's going to be some people saying that Valkyrie is also another character, and Medjay, who hasn't also gotten a change too. So I know that, I feel like Warlord is the character that everyone talks about that needs a change and everything. Because his kit is the only kit that is very, very simple and is still, like, original. It's not like every other character that does have a side dodge attack and everything, a side dodge heavy attack, which Warlord, he does have side dodge attacks, but they're side dodge light attacks. So, yeah, I of course understand that. But for me, I just hope he does get a rework one day, because I don't want to see Warlord become even more forgettable and For Honor and everything. I just really don't want to see that. I mean, he's already forgettable a little bit now. I just don't want to see him, like, I don't want the devs to, like, forget about him entirely. Thank you all for watching if you made it this far to the video. Now the real question I have for you guys is, do you think Warlord is forgettable or not? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos, just subscribe and join the community and leave your suggested videos in the comments, and also leave your thoughts about this video in the comments down below. And please be respectful. Of course, if I did mess up on anything, or if you don't agree with some of my opinions or anything, you can always just let me know in the comments. Like, it's all good and everything. I'm on here just talking my own way and everything, just giving my own opinion about this character and everything that I love. So yeah, dudes. But anyways, I am TheGamingRaptor. I'll see you guys in the next video. Alrighty guys, peace out.